Hey everybody, it's Danny with Gardening for Gains, and welcome back to another episode of Plant Rant. So last time on Plant Rant, we talked about indoor plants, succulents, and orchids that we're growing here in our kitchen. And today I wanted to talk about some of the issues that you can run into when you're growing succulents. So one of the main ones is when a succulent stretches out, as you can see that's happened here. And basically what has happened is you can see that there is a little terrarium that we had in front of it, so it was blocking a lot of the sunlight, and basically what happened is the succulent started to grow as a result of that in order to reach the sunlight. So succulent stretching is not a bad thing, but it basically just is not aesthetically pleasing. Not all succulents are look their best when they're stretching out. These, I think they've adapted pretty well, and I kind of like the look of them. They've, got leaflets all the way through, all the way up and down the main stem, so that's fine. But like on this one, Sedum clavatum, you can see that it's lost some of its lower foliage. Kind of looks like a tree from one of the old Mario games, but even then, a succulent has popped out of the bottom. So this is okay, but that's how it's supposed to grow, more compact rather than stretching out, growing upwards. So in order to combat that, you can give them more sunlight, get them to a sunny south-facing window, or you can do what I did and set up your own source of sunlight. So follow me and I'll show you my setup. So here is my growing closet slash supply shed, and as you can see, we've got a lot of succulents that we transplanted from this main tray down into root pouches. So a root pouch is a fabric pot, and I chose that just because it's got more aeration, and it's more of a form-fitting pot. So we just stacked a bunch of them in here. We've got everything from pint-sized pots to just under a gallon size. And so as you can see, a lot of these succulents have started stretching out. So we put them under fluorescent lights. And they're about, maybe 18 inches away from them, maybe a foot down here. So just that little bit of light has been enough to save a lot of these guys. Like you can see here, on this echeveria, that's a lot more compact, whereas this one grew downstairs in the kitchen for a while and started to stretch out, and since we brought it up here, just this little top 1 to 2 inches, that is exactly what this plant is supposed to look like, or just the top part of this plant is exactly what that is supposed to look like. So we've brought them up here, saved a lot of them, and basically from here, just need to make sure to keep them watered. They have enough heat because it is kind of cold up here, so I've got a little heat pad under this one just to keep the roots warm. So we've got the grow lights up here to give the plants enough light to keep growing in the proper way that it should, so they're getting enough light. We've got heating pads underneath of the trays, and soon probably get them underneath of the root pouches as well, just to make sure that they are staying warm enough. And then we also keep everything watered, and I use a spray bottle for that. So it's real quick, you just kind of spritz it in there. And that's really all all a succulent is going to need, is just to keep just that top layer moist. And they really don't need much more than that. So that's how we keep everything, or how we're keeping everything going through the winter when we've got a lot less light and when we got a lot more plants, because I have an obsession with them and I can't stop getting more and more plants. So this is how we've dealt with it now. So basically what I'm going to do over the rest of this winter is kind of build this space out for my seedlings in preparation for the garden. But for the winter, we're going to keep growing succulents. So kind of to piggyback off of that, this is one way to save your stretching succulents, but as you can see, once you've gotten to a certain point, it's kind of too far gone. So stay tuned for the next video, and I'll teach you how to save this succulent, make it return back to its original state, and create 20 more plants just like it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave any comments for anything you guys would like to see, and appreciate the support.